up, everybody? This is Just Fresh.
And this is a beautiful man, Monty Bush.
Welcome to episode 24, baby!
We made it. We made it again.
Jabroni Bros Wrestling Podcast. Last week we was on that Jordan. This week we on that Kobe.
I'm feeling that. And I'm on that Red Bull.
Yes, yes. I'm only crack mine open right now. Yeah, I mean, it ain't a Steve Weiser, but, you know, it'll do.
We'll do it. Yo, I was so close to last night taking the 2 beers that I had and fucking doing that shit when the dude scored.
Bro, talk about last night. Why don't you let the fans know what was going down?
I went to a Sac Republic game with some folks. And,
what is a Sac Republic game?
So Sac Republic is a soccer team in Sacramento who should be MLS. For whatever reason, the MLS has not put us on yet, even though our first year in, we won the whole damn thing.
Been kicking ass.
We've sold out shows left and right. Like, we sold out Hughes Stadium. Like Sac, like, that's big for those that don't know. So I don't know why MLS is dragging their feet on us. I guess we're dragging our feet too because we had somebody pull out of a deal for whatever. I don't know. Anyways, I was there last night. Kicked the hell out of the Red Bull from New York's team. They kicked their ass.
Whoop that ass.
3-1. And my man got a penalty shot. And I was this close to taking my 2 beers after he scored and just smash them together and go, ah! But I didn't want to sit there for the rest of the game like that because we were whooping that ass already at the first half. So I didn't want to just sit there all cold and shit.
I feel you, brother.
If that was the end of the game, though,
that would be one hell of a way to go out.
I would have did it. And I had to change of clothes in my car.
Besides that, brother, what else is new with you, my man? It's been an eventful week in wrestling, but before we get into that, we always like to check in on our brothers. You got a lot of shows coming up.
Yes.
You know?
I have a whole weekend warrior type tour starting August 6th at Uptown Takeout in Sacramento.
That's just next Friday, right?
Yes, next Friday. And then we go to Woodland. And then we come back to Sac, and then we're out in Vegas for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I'll be doing a MC Cypher out there. And then the week after that, I'm back in Vegas for a show, I believe, to be announced. I'm not going to say.
Back to back, baby.
Yeah, but I will be in Vegas. So it'll be Sac, Woodland, and Vegas are mostly the shows right now.
The In Your House tour. Where can our fans find more information at?
Go to my Instagram page, MatiBush916. You can even hashtag In Your House tour, and it should just pop up. You'll see a bunch of stuff on there, and you'll see my gorgeous, luxurious face, and you'll be all right.
The beautiful man, Monty Bush, back at it again.
Indeed. How was your weekend?
Bro, honestly, it's been pretty cool. I've had a little bit of downtime to myself before like weddings really start picking up again. I've got one wedding this upcoming Friday, and then another one in Tahoe on Sunday, and I got work on Monday, so that's gonna suck. But so it's been good just to stay home, chill with the family for a little bit before things get crazy again. I've been, posting more online about my break-in journey and just kind of getting back physically into break-in.
I saw that.
And I've been getting a ton of support. And
I saw your podcast.
It's been dope, yeah. Shout out to Noise of the Broke Boys for having me on their show. If you guys didn't check it out, it just released, I believe, yesterday. And I talk about, my story, b-boy entrepreneurship, and yeah, man, just it's a really deep dive. So if you ever want to know more about like, what is this guy all about besides just talking about DJing and shit all the time, check out that podcast. I really went pretty deep on there.
Sorry, I gotta give a shout out to Jace and Ben for taking me out the other night for this the New York Red Bulls versus Sac Republic, and having some drinks over at Centro's, my old stomping grounds.
That's what's up, man. I remember you used to work there.
Yeah, that was I grew up there, man. Like straight up, I learned it all over there. So, yeah, man. Other than that, dude, I need to get back into breaking some more. I need to start stretching again and getting myself going, because, yeah, seeing you hit the floor and getting the pictures and everything, like seeing your footage, like made me go like, damn, I need to enter a jam with this fool because I need to knock it off and get my life together.
Nah, man, iron sharpens iron, bro. So seeing you go out there, you're winning friggin' Top Rock battles, sneak winning. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sneak winning jams, man. I was
Barry Horowitz.
Yeah,
pat on the back.
Pat yourself on the back, brother. You know, like it's inspiring, and I'm like, man, if I can still physically go, I'm still physically strong. Granted, I did sprain my wrist on Monday at practicing my halos, but took a couple days off, saw the doctor. There's no, fractures in the wrist, so I'll be good to go maybe in like another week or so. But yeah, man, just really trying to push myself personally. We might be faced with another lockdown, based on what's going on in this world. Again, we don't like to say the global bastard on this show because we, trying to bring things down too much. But we want to, I personally want to have some fun. And while I can still physically go, and shout out to everybody that showed me that support because shit, I got like almost 200 likes on Facebook.
Yeah,
just
well
people
deserved
reposting my shit, and I don't know, just it makes your boy feel loved, so I really appreciate that shit.
We in our 30s, bro. I'm almost.
Bro, I'm about to be 35 in October, so.
You see what I mean? Like.
And I know it doesn't sound like that's super old, but I started breaking in 2000, like 99, 2000. So that's like a cool 21 years of like physical damage on my body, and still being able to execute the shit is dope.
Between 15 and like 24, you're looked at as like an old man at 35.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Like to be a b-boy, like when you're like when you're a teenager, for there to be like a 25-year-old b-boy that can still go, that's like rare as fuck. Right. So if there to be like, I'm about to be 35, I'm like, I feel like I'm making that tier.
Exactly. I feel it, though.
But yeah, man, this is the Jabroni Bros Wrestling Podcast, so I suppose we better get into some wrestling news. And, it's been a big one, man. I'm so glad that we record on Sundays so we can get the breaking news because something happened on Saturday morning, and we definitely got to talk about this shit.
I was shocked when you sent me that tweet. I didn't know what that was, and I had to, like, really look at it for a second because I was like, what the hell what do you mean? What are you talking about? Like, what is this? And then I was like, no. They did not do what I think they did.
My boy.
They did.
The Fiend.
Yeah.
Has been released from WWE. They said that it's been a result of budget cuts. And boy, if that ain't some bullshit, man. Like, there's certain people you got to have room on the budget for. This dude has been constantly producing. I want to say.
Talk to him.
Talk to him. 2018.
Talk to him.
He was on fire. He debuted a completely new gimmick. Revitalized fans, became a top merch seller once again. You guys put him in that shitty ass angle at the Hell in a Cell with a no finish in a Hell in a Cell versus Seth Rollins. That was actually on my birthday in my city, so that was it's kind of shitty in that. But you guys give him that loss against Goldberg. He came back, revitalizing his career, changing the Fiend to the next level. Put him in these gimmicks with Randy Orton. Alexa Bliss comes in and steals the thunder, basically steals his whole gimmick.
They gave the gimmick to Alexa.
And she waters it down and makes it even worse. I'm sure it's not her specifically, so I don't want you guys to think I'm hating on her, but the writers in general, it's a damn shame, man.
I just feel I don't understand it because this man, you gave him shit, literally like a pile of shit, and he turned it into like the greatest thing ever. From the Wyatt family to the Fiend to making Alexa Bliss his like sidekick to watching him like basically like have this. I mean his boy passes away,
bro.
Rowan's gone. Braun you fire because of budget cuts too, and then you give his gimmick to Alexa, and then you give him nothing, and you've given him nothing in all these different angles. He's your champion at one point. He's always over.
Always. And from the moment, over. Even in his NXT days, he was over. When he eventually had the whole Wyatt family on Raw and everything, they were over. They were feuding with the New Day. That was phenomenal.
Right.
They eventually
the Wyatt family with the Shield was dope.
Exactly. Okay, so he's top level feuds every time. He always takes the L. Always taking the L's at WrestleMania.
Yep.
So it's like, what did you want from this guy? I don't really get it. The dude was like, I've always felt this deep like this dude is the next Undertaker. I've always felt those kind of vibes for Bray Wyatt.
His match versus Cena was dope.
His match versus Cena was dope.
Yo,
like that's what everybody was talking about last year during the pandemic era, how he had the Firefly Funhouse match with Cena last year. Yeah. Like, it just doesn't, I don't get it, man.
You don't get NWO Cena without this match.
That's what I'm saying, man. He made Braun dope when he was the Black Sheep. Yeah. You know, like, he made, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, like, a really, like, we fuck with Brody Lee. We also was fucking with Luke Harper. You know what I mean? So it's like, which... Y'all know it's the same person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous, man. Like, I don't understand that. I would have been wearing my Fiend shirt right now, but I wore it to practice last week, so it was hella dirty.
My son has the Fiend, the Fiend action figure.
Yeah.
Versus Darby Allin and versus Undertaker. It's like a triple threat match in his little wrestling ring.
Because those are like the dope iconic wrestlers, you know. So it's so fucking frustrating, and it's.
But you know what? Two things.
Okay.
Two things.
What's
for
that?
Me. One, either Triple H comes back and signs him the way he did Samoa Joe, which would be awesome, or two, we do see Braun, Eric Rowan, and Bray signed to AEW, so that way they can go to New Japan, Impact, and AAA and all that stuff.
I would love to see that.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to see the family just run shop on everything.
If they had all three of them together again,
right?
I would love to see that. I didn't even think about that. I was thinking more so Braun and Bray doing something together.
Of course, but if we can get all three,
you can't. Yeah, you can't. Well, he goes by Eric Redbeard now. You can't leave Redbeard out.
No, let's bring
because even they showed what happened when he came on Dynamite during the the Brody Lee celebration. Exactly. Like that shit had everybody crying. You know what I mean? I think that would work.
Or we bring in Bray and let him run the Dark Order.
I could see that.
You know what I mean?
Oh man, he'd be perfect to run the Dark Order.
He's perfect to run the Dark Order.
Yeah.
With 10?
Shit with with Evil Uno.
Yeah.
You know, as someone lower than him that can be on the mic as well. Yeah, that's There's a lot of things going on from that.
So that's where Vince was like, well, maybe AEW might want to sign some more of my guys, and then they
said that, and then they released Bray.
Yeah,
and it's crazy because they were just advertising Bray was going to be returning to Raw on August 9th. So it's like not tomorrow's Raw, but the Raw after that, he was supposed to be coming back. And really? There's been pictures of him floating around where he's looking hella slim and like trim. So it's like dude's in possibly the best shape of his life. Just got released. Like. Whoever picks up Bray, you guys are about to like super profit from it.
I really, really hope that. We just saw something on Twitter where it was like he prophesized his release, and then he
on the last Firefly Funhouse episode that they had, right?
Yeah, and then he responded to the person who said that with a circle, basically saying full circle.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. WWE. You fail. Definitely played yourself, man.
Yeah, but you know what? Since we're still talking about Bray, we might as well talk about his Wyatt family brother Braun, or Adam Scherr, as is his real name. He's reportedly agreed to wrestle at the Qatar Pro Wrestling Super Slam 3 event early next year. If he does end up competing on that show, he'll be joined by Jon Moxley, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Will Ospreay, Sammy Guevara, EC3, and Brian Cage. So. We at least see that he's out there getting that big money. I believe they said he was demanding like around $30,000 per indie appearance. So if he's going out to Qatar and shit, you know what I mean? Like it's going to be some big money out there.
Not to mention he's wrestling with all AEW stars. It looks like, or for the most part,
New Japan and AEW pretty much.
Which is
because Tanahashi and Ospreay,
the Forbidden Door.
Yeah, they're all working together.
Could you imagine though, like Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman. Andrade, like just all that being signed in the same year for AEW, and then all of them going to wrestle all over the place.
Bro, AEW has Rampage now. They have a whole second show that they need with stars.
Right.
WWE is making it like they're giving them an alley-oop.
Yeah, basically.
Just straight up like, hey, here you go.
You know, back in the day, I've heard stories where Vince McMahon was helping out ECW. So
Do we think that this is the case now?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to understand.
I don't think so. I mean, I'll say no, because knowing or seeing what I've seen from Vince, he's a very spiteful person. He doesn't like to lose.
He doesn't.
There's even been talk about the whole Karrion Kross thing, and we would touch on that on Raw, but we might as well talk about it right now. We're already on the subject, bro.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross, they're saying that this is like a punishment from them, NXT losing to AEW on Wednesday nights in the ratings war. So
I've heard that.
So this could be possibly Vince punishing Triple H for building up these stars, and then once he gets them on the main roster, they're not doing anything. They're making them take L's. But I think that doesn't make any sense, and it's kind of counterproductive. But from what I'm hearing, and this is what I reported, I believe, like 2 weeks ago, based off what Andrew Zarian from the Matt Man podcast said, that they're pushing towards, or the original storyline was for Jeff Hardy to continue to beat Kross, and he would get frustrated, and then he would go turn into the Gladiator like he was seen on NXT, and that's when they would bring Scarlett in.
That makes sense.
That's where they were going with it. And
but because of the COVID thing with
Jeff got COVID, Keith Lee was essentially just the guy to go in there and do the match with, and because of their history in NXT, it kind of made sense, but nobody wanted to see Keith Lee take that L.
Twice, 2 L's.
Yeah.
Zelina Vegas 3.
I think that's 4 for Zelina, actually.
Okay, so 4, 3, and then
she's 0 for 4 now. She hasn't won a match since she's been back on SmackDown.
Kross is 1-1.
Yeah.
And see, numbers never really mattered to me until recently. Now I'm starting to like, wait a minute, because there's so much to this now. Like there's so much politics going on. And everything's wide open now, more so than ever before, where you can find out things.
Yeah, the information is there, man.
Yeah, it's all out there.
We found out that Cain Velasquez is coming back to wrestling, bro.
I like the fact of where Cain's going.
Yeah, so he's going to be returning to AAA in Mexico, and he essentially said, I'm going to be doing a show in December for AAA. I love AAA. I'm going to keep doing that right now. I love WWE as well, but I have to develop myself in order for me to go out there, and I'm going to keep doing stuff and have fun with it.
And I'm feeling that. I'm okay with that, and maybe by the time he does do what he does and he comes back, Brock will be around at the same time.
That's a possibility, and I kind of liked it too, because the last time we saw him in AAA, I believe he was tagging with Psycho Clown and Cody Rhodes, and Brian Cage was there too.
My man, Just Fresh just be watching wrestling. Like there's no tomorrow, man. My man said Psycho Clown. That is, yo.
Oh man, I fuck with the Lucha Libre.
I'm noticing. I see what you're putting down,
yeah,
bro.
man, like he was really getting it in. So like to see Cain Velasquez, because that's like a Mexican icon, dude. Like I would love to see him really transform and become this huge Lucha Libre guy that can eventually be such. I mean, he's already a UFC household name, but it's like he was the first Mexican UFC heavyweight champion, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like that's an icon for your guys' culture.
And he beat Brock.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah.
It's like he has the legitimacy. So I'd love to see him, on AEW as well, because they already have the relationship. But yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not mad at that. I'm good with that, and I think what he said was awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did you hear about Natalya?
Yes, randomly.
Yeah. So I guess during the match on Monday Night Raw with her and Tamina versus Doudrop and Eva Marie, she suffered an ankle injury.
It sucks because Tamina just got a title for the first time.
Just getting wins.
You know what I mean? And then this happens. It always seems to happen with the tag teams of the Hearts for some reason. I don't know why. It's just it's a weird coincidence.
I think it's probably the wear and tear because this motherfucker's been, you know what I mean? Like the Hearts, man, they've been putting in that work.
Yeah, they've been doing. I mean,
it kind of sucks too, because we know Davey is back now, so I thought we were going to see some pairings with those two.
I have to say one thing between this. There was a former CMLL star that passed away.
Okay.
Brazo de Plata, Super Porky. He had passed away about 5 days ago. So just saying R.I.P. to him.
Wow.
Because
okay, I didn't know that.
He was he was kind of a big star over there. So I just want to make sure we acknowledge him before we, do anything else, because we got to acknowledge that. You know what I mean?
We always acknowledge the legacy, man.
You know what I
We
mean?
are not workers ourselves, but we love the sport of wrestling, pro wrestling, to be specific.
And
so we always pay homage.
I saw it in passing, and I saw a few luchadors post about it, and I was like, I have to remember this before we get on. Like, I have to.
That's what's up.
So, but yeah, Natalia, yo, man, we appreciate you.
You know what was not appreciated? Domino's Pizza is pissed at AEW right now. During
A cut above the rest.
during that no DQ match between Nick Gage and Chris Jericho, Nick Gage pulled out the pizza cutter, one of his signature weapons that he uses during his matches, and he was carving up Chris Jericho.
But it wasn't just the fact that he pulled out the pizza cutter during the match. It was the fact that Domino's was running an ad at the same time.
They went into picture-in-picture.
Yes.
And of course, it's a Domino's ad.
And Domino's is running the ad, and here comes Nick Gage with the pizza cutter. And you know what? Domino's made more money because of it. I don't care what you say.
They were trending that night.
Yeah.
And man, I don't know if you guys have had a chance to go back and watch the GCW Homecoming pay-per-view yet, like we mentioned on last.
You are all over this thing.
Yo, I am really feeling it. So they had a match. Check this out. There's this dude named, I think his name was like Grim Boogie or something.
Okay.
Or like Mr. Grim or something versus Too Cold Scorpio.
I like Grim Boogie better, but okay.
Something like that.
Too Cold Scorpio?
Yeah, Too Cold Scorpio. He was on the card, and the whole time throughout the match, they were passing a joint between each other. And like it was the whole match, Too Cold Scorpio was smoking a joint, like, and he caught them. And after Mr. Grimm lost or something, Too Cold Scorpio takes the blunt or the joint and puts it in his mouth, and he revives him, and they go out and like party together. Like, yo, it sounds ridiculous, but it is hilarious. GCW is the new ECW. I've been loving the vibe that it's 100%. It's uncensored. It's very adult, but it is very hilarious. They do not take shit too serious, and it's fun wrestling.
Unless it's a damn pizza cutter, huh?
Yeah, man. yo, back to the pizza cutter. So Nick Gage, he went on Twitter, man, and first off, excuse me if I mess up on the pronunciation or like because his shit was all jumbled up. So I had to cut it. But here's what Nick Gage had to say. He said, "I tried to cut off Jericho's scalp. My bad, TMZ. It is what it is. But yeah, thanks AEW and thanks all the MDK gang members. We showed them what's up. And also, sorry Domino's, didn't mean to offend you. Guess I'm too ultra violent for TV. Oh well. All my new fans come see me at GCW. It's MDK all effing day."
Yo, it's funny. My wife saw this and was like, "MDK, isn't that BDK, the serial killer from Kansas City or something like that?" So we
that
ended
murder, death, kill gang.
Yeah, so we ended up watching like a whole like serial killer thing after that, and then I had seen that Pabst Blue Ribbon was basically like, "Yo, if Domino's don't want that, we'll take it."
Right? Yo, PBR's with it.
Shouts to Midtown.
Oh man, them $2 cans, man. Them $2 cans.
But
yeah. So there's been rumors that Hangman won't be competing at All Out. They've been talking about pushing Christian in that spot to be facing Kenny Omega for the championship.
That's funny you said that, because I was thinking this whole time, you brought in Christian, and he was going after Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
When he first came into the ring. Then you paired him up with Jurassic,
Jungle Boy.
Yeah, Jurassic Express. And Hangman basically just lost, this past week. And I was like, damn, so who else are they going to put in there? Because, damn, you brought in Christian. This fool's only been beefing with, like, Matt Hardy and really not really going for anything. You're just kind of filling in as, like a legacy act kind of thing.
Now, here's what I'm thinking. Because we know All Out's going to be in Chicago. CM Punk's coming back.
Of course.
I think they're just putting Christian in there to take an L for right now. Keep the title on Kenny.
Yeah.
But lead up to something bigger. And I think the match that, we've been, Darby pretty much implicitly implied, I'm here for the best in the world.
Yeah.
Now, this is interesting. CM Punk always said, I'm the best in the world. But Daniel Bryan used to say that too. So.
Well, you got a lot of guys in there that, that are claim to fame of that.
Yeah.
Especially on AEW. There's a lot of dudes that
I've seen a lot of people say best in the world. So it's easy to say Punk, but I could see them swerving us with something. You never really know with that.
I mean, you can always do a crazy ass cage match with all these dudes and put them all in one ring and see what happens.
Nah, they gotta give it some time. They gotta because they have too many.
No, not right now, not ASAP. No, I'm not saying that at all. No. Don't get me wrong. I do want to see it eventually. Just make that storyline good. That's all. Make me interested. Make me want to watch. I'm gonna watch anyways because CM Punk and Daniel Bryan and.
Rampage is coming out soon, man. They need stars for the show, and it looks like they're gonna start filling out that roster.
And Bray's free, and there's a lot of
90 days, baby.
Yeah, 90 days.
90 days. That ain't much. What we're in? Beginning of August. August, September, October.
Which podcast do you think he's going to show up on?
Hopefully he doesn't show up on anybody's, and he just pops up.
It just pops up?
I think he's super theatrical and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think he'd just pop up on a show. But who knows?
Eventually, I'd like to see him on Stone Cold just to see him air it all out.
But you know what? That's a WWE podcast.
Is it completely WWE?
Because he doesn't do his regular podcast anymore.
Ah.
At least only time I ever see it, it's like old episodes. It's like throwback episodes on the feed. But everything that I've seen him do lately has been like for WWE. Now, since we mentioned Stone Cold, man, WWE's kind of in like this crisis mode because they keep on having to go back on these nostalgia-act wrestlers. You know, we see Goldberg's back.
Talk to The Rock.
Rock's supposed to be coming back at Survivor Series. Do you think it's time for them to break the glass and bring Stone Cold back?
If you bring Stone Cold back, I say you bring him back either as a general manager or a referee. You know what I mean?
I want to see in like a long-term capacity because we're seeing what's going on with Cena.
Yo, you could put him at commentary.
I'd be cool with that. But does he want to sit there and have Vince yelling in his ear all day? You know, I can see him. Stone Cold's got to be Stone Cold. So I can see like an advisor, or like not an advisor, but like a general manager type of role or something. But
Stone Cold on NXT as a GM would be awesome.
Yo, Stone Cold's too big to be for. He'd have to be on Monday Night Raw.
I would love to see him on Monday Night Raw. I would watch it again very intensely.
Yeah, I'm just kind of freestyling, just like, it'd be kind of dope to see him back, do something different.
We need Stone Cold back if we're gonna do that, but I don't want to see him wrestling necessarily.
He's not physically. I don't think he's like cleared to do wrestling.
Yeah, I'm not trying to see that, but I would love to see him. What?
Exactly.
What?
Yeah, sprinkle that back on the show.
I mean, I'd love to see him do that while being a consultant or something like that. Like,
well, you know what the problem is with WWE, man? They've been having this really hard time like developing new stars, which kind of leads me into our next news topic. We found out that 4 NXT stars worked a dark match on SmackDown. So it was Austin Theory, who we know from NXT, Odyssey Jones, who's currently in the NXT Breakout Tournament, Aaliyah, who just left the Robert Stone brand and has reportedly been signed already to Monday Night Raw, and Indy Hartwell, who we know from The Way, who's also with Austin Theory.
Okay.
It's very interesting because on NXT last week, they just talked about how Austin Theory ran away during a segment with Johnny Gargano, but Indy Hartwell is supposed to be having I think it was a Love 'Em or Leave 'Em match with, or she's involved in that match with Johnny Gargano versus Dexter Lumis. So that kind of leads me to believe like maybe that she's going to be back on, she's going to be gone, or they'll lose the match in some sort of way.
I like Austin Theory because of the role he plays. Like, buff dude, big guy.
Hella young. Dude's like 21, 22.
And he's hella like goofy.
Yeah.
Like his role is pretty tight. Like,
yeah, and he's been on Monday Night Raw before. He was on there with Seth Rollins during the pandemic era. So this is pretty much his second chance, and I like it. And then this Odyssey Jones guy, he's super brand new. He's currently in the Breakout Tournament. So what does that mean? He's going to win? Or does he just take the L and now he's back? Now he's automatically going up to the main roster. Where do they go with that? It's kind of odd.
Dude, whatever WWE is doing, I don't know, man. At this point, I'm so confused with everything. I'm happy for NXT. I just hope. I hate seeing NXT stars get called up to WWE now. I just hate watching it because it's just like, yo, man, you guys built up these characters and now you guys are just gonna shit on them on the main roster. Like, I don't even want to see that no more.
But is that any really different than? I always try and look at NXT kind of like the. I don't like to call it developmental. I like it more so as like a college league. So it's like college basketball to me. Right. It's like the NCAA. There's certain stars in college, but when they get up to the NBA, when you're swimming with the big fish, you might not really
develop. You might not really stand out.
You might not be in the right position to really be that star anymore.
On the wrong team.
Exactly.
You might be on the wrong team.
There's so many different variables to that. So I get it. I hate to see what they're doing with Keith Lee because I had so much invested in him. He just seems like the dude. He's naturally cool, great on the mic, physically dope. He beats friggin' Randy Orton.
I saw Bronson Reed wanted to join the bloodline.
Is he? He's from New Zealand though, or like?
Right. He said he wanted to be worked into that if he was going to get called up.
Probably get smashed by him or something, but I don't know.
I had seen something with that, and I was like, that's kind of
Bronson Reed is supposed to be pulled up as well, but yeah, man, what's up with our boy Reggie though?
Bro, Reggie. Yo, you know what? I rock with Reggie.
I rock with Reggie too, yo.
I know some people don't like him. I like him.
Yo, my boy Young Reggie, he came through. Was put in this very weird position of being the sommelier off top. Like he wasn't positioned right, and then he ended up hooking up with the fat chick and getting over.
Yep.
Like completely what he did, and then now he's the 24/7 champion.
Yep.
And we later found out on like an exclusive clip that Reginald is now just Reggie, and he revealed that he faked his French accent just to get on WWE.
And he was like, "Look, man, check it out. I'm from St. Louis.
I'm not from France. I'm from St. Louis.
She needed a sommelier. You wanted some French talk? I got you. I just wanted my foot in the door. And now that my foot's in the door, I'm the 24/7 champion. And I can do flips.
Really good.
Dog, his entrance when Nuffle flipped over the camera.
Yeah, you know that him and Sin Cara have been beefing on Twitter now, right?
Really?
Yeah, because, Sin Cara is basically saying, like, you're still in his entrance. And he was like, yeah, try and do that night in, night out, in a dark crowd. Or in a dark room with a mask on, and Reggie was like, "Bro, I did Cirque du Soleil for 15 years, right? Bro, you're beefing with the wrong person.
Try doing that again. Like, dude, this is all I do.
Right?
Like, if there's one thing I can do, if you're gonna beef with me about wrestling, okay, but you're trying to beef with me about flips and acrobats,
yeah,
I do this, and I do this for 15 years. Not only can I do this, I'll do it and I'll speak French to you while doing it.
Oui.
And eat some St. Louis ribs while listening to Nelly. So take that, Sin Cara.
It's getting hot here. Jabroni Bros, bitch. All right, man. Shit. Let's get into Monday Night Raw, brother. It was a very shitty start and a very shitty end. We're gonna keep this short and sweet. Nikki Ash, you should not be opening up the show. You were terrible on the mic. I couldn't understand about a cool 30% of what you're saying because that accent is so thick.
Super thick.
Thicker than what she got on. And I'm gonna leave it at that because my fiance's home. But yeah, man, it was a very terrible way to start the show. You got to make me wait 3 hours to see her get smashed in the main event, and for her to talk about, I'm almost a superhero. Yeah, this shit is whack.
Okay. We're done with her on that?
I'm gonna short and sweet.
Yeah.
Damian Priest beat Sheamus. He's now the new #1 contender for the United States Championship.
Good. About time we don't have to worry about him getting with another gimmick act or whatever.
Yeah.
Good.
Keep pushing him.
Yep, keep pushing him.
AJ Styles and Omos defeat the Viking Raiders in a tag team championship match. Okay. They later get involved with Matt Riddle and Johnny Drip.
Okay. So we're going to see a three-way match pretty soon here.
I'm thinking that this is going to be the lead up to Randy's return.
Has to be.
And that's going to be the SummerSlam match for the Raw Tag Team Championship.
And I'm here for
because Riddle, he's been carrying this, I want to say, like the last 6 weeks or so, by himself.
Yeah, and Riddle's been doing good. When Riddle gets mad, it looks good.
I think they're pushing him as like he's their breakout star.
I'm cool with that.
I'm good with that too.
Yep. No problems here.
Bobby Lashley defeated both Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin at the same damn time.
I'm not surprised.
I'm feeling it. I guess they're pushing him. Just they got to keep booking him as a strong, dominant champion. It's kind of shitty, like that. Like I'm feeling Bobby Lashley, but I feel like they haven't. It hasn't quite clicked anymore. Is it time for a title switch, bro?
It might be. That's what we got Big E for.
True that.
That's what we got that for.
And that's going to be our Monday Night Raw.
And that's it.
On to NXT. Super heavy wrestling show this week. They started with Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa versus Pete Dunne and Oney Lorcan. Banger, banger, banger. That's, you already know, crazy physical type.
Yeah.
Striking off the hook. Ridge Holland is back. Came back at the end of the match. Attacked Timothy Thatcher. But it's kind of interesting that he'd attacked them when it was Oney Lorcan was the one that actually put him out on the shelf when he jumped and he had to catch bruh.
I mean...
But I guess that's booking.
Yep, that's booking. I don't know what else to say to that. I don't know conspiracy theories there.
Yeah, man. Cameron Grimes, man. He has been killing it now.
Cameron Grimes, don't leave NXT, bro. Please, just stay right there.
Stay in that sandbox,
You're
brother.
doing great, man. And it's making LA Knight's character better.
Yeah.
Because of what you're doing. Because without you, I am still not convinced with LA Knight. Like, I'm just not.
They're making it's LA Knight is 100% getting the rub from Cameron Grimes' hilarity. He was out there washing his balls.
I'm just trying to wash your balls.
I'm just trying to wash your balls with the golf balls. He later bet some Caddyshack style if he could hit it, and bet him $5,000 and it goes straight into the swamp. Grimes gives it a shot and ends up hitting LA Knight in the nuts with the club. It's hilarious, bro. It's
more character development.
Character development. It's perfect comedy. It's not too serious. They're nailing it 100% with Grimes.
On that, I'm sure LA Knight's having a good time.
Yeah, you can tell they're having a fun time with this.
Yeah.
It's a win-win. How about Dakota Kai turning on Big Tex?
You called it.
Months ago.
You called it.
Months ago.
It had to happen. Dakota Kai, she's known for turning on people anyways.
Yeah, you can't trust her. She's gonna kick you.
Yeah, she's gonna kick you. She's gonna kick you.
Like, it is what it is. So I'm assuming that's gonna set up an NXT Women's Championship match at TakeOver the day after SummerSlam. Who you see going over?
I still see Raquel Gonzalez winning. They can't put the belt on Dakota Kai. Really?
I could see Big Tex keeping it and debuting on the main roster with the title, kind of how they're doing Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
Just keep it with her.
Because I feel like Raquel Gonzalez has to face what's her face on Raw.
Ripley.
Either Ripley or what's her face, dog? I can't think of her name right now. Reggie's old big girl.
Oh, Nia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to face each other.
Yeah, that'll be a dope matchup.
Because that has to happen, so I don't know. Dakota Kai, I just don't see her with the title. But you know what? I didn't see Edge with the title at one time, too, and it just made me hate him even more. So you just hate Dakota Kai even more.
Yeah, even if she lost, I'd still be okay with her just getting called up soon or just staying on NXT. I think she's in a good position.
Yeah.
And pending injury, because she's had some injury scares in the past, like she should be straight.
Imperium versus Hit Row.
I'm digging it, man. You already know more
like that.
More development from or just seeing more of Top Dollar in the ring, swagging it out, doing the little Kodak dance. You know what I mean? Like I'm feeling it, man. Like
Legado.
They came with the hate because they got that ongoing rivalry.
Yep.
And I like what they're doing with it.
I like that Imperium got the win. I was feeling the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and we talked about it last episode, but it is for sure confirmed. Imperium will be in the house, or Walter will be in the house for that Ilya Dragunov. To make sure y'all watch that shit. The first one was off the hook.
The first one is worth watching now. Like, I'd watch it again.
Still on some match of the year.
I would definitely watch that again.
How about Bronson Reed and Adam Cole?
It's Adam Cole, baby. It's Adam Cole.
Yo, Bronson took that Panama Sunrise, man. I was like, yo, that was nuts. Kyle O'Reilly coming out at the end and continuing the beef. That's got to be another match that we'll see at TakeOver. I think that they're gonna have because that would be like the third time.
Yeah.
So I think that's got to be some kind of crazy stipulation.
Loser leaves Roseville.
It has to move to Dixon.
Yeah. I'll see you in Carmichael.
Oh man. On that note, why don't we get over to AEW Dynamite? This was this Fight for the Fallen?
Yes, it was.
This was dope. I really enjoyed Dynamite this week, man.
I like how these fools came out like Space Jam.
Yes. Yeah, but they were the heels and they came out like the Toon Squad. So I was like, hold on, man.
Yeah.
These guys are definitely gonna lose. And then once I saw no, I'm sorry. I saw the Elite. I was like, these guys like have to win. But then when I saw them, like I was like, oh, Dark Order, you guys are for sure done.
Yeah.
And then I saw Elite coming out in the Space Jam Jordans.
Yep. Dunking the basketball and shit.
Yo, on that note, the Elite, y'all got no handles, my guy.
At all.
Y'all need to work on them dribbling.
Good Lord.
Yo, that was terrible. And Kenny Omega, like I expected at least a little something mo from him, man. He's a super athletic dude. Like but I guess he got the hooping skills.
He did the classic white bread dunk, like spread my legs and throw it in.
Yo, one of them missed a layup.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one it was, but it was bad.
What is going on? You guys are brothers out there. How are you guys this trash at basketball?
Turns out the match was sponsored by Space Jam 2, so made even more sense. But
which is tight.
I loved just the lightness of it. Adam Page coming out with the Dark Order, and they came out all cowboyed up.
Yeah.
That was ill too.
No, that was a dope match.
Very fun match, and that was a great way to open up the show.
Bro, that FTR versus
Santana Ortiz.
Bro, that shit was kind of scary.
Yeah, he got hurt mid-match. Cash Wheeler.
Yeah, I did not.
I believe
see
it said something about he caught a metal part of the post, and it was just a freak accident. Dude was crazy, like bleeding like crazy, so they had to kind of go straight to a finish. They usually do the big rig as the finisher, the former Shatter Machine.
That match will come up again.
Yeah, they're just gonna have to run it back.
They're gonna have to run
it back.
They had
Conan there and everything too. Like they're just gonna have to run it back. Hiroshi Tanahashi, he said that he's going to be challenging the winner of the IWGP US title match, which happened later on the show between Hikuleo and Lance Archer. And
what's his face? John Moxley was not happy about that.
Moxley was pissed because he was like, yo, man, I've had this title forever. And then
my wife was making fun of him. She said, "Aw, white man's not getting his way." She said that. I was like, "Oh."
Yo, shout out to E, man.
Oh, big tall white man's not getting his way. I looked over, I was like, oh my God, babe.
Yo, that is your wife. Like, match made in the Thomas.
Oh, click your Cortezes 3 times and go back to Echo Park.
And listen to some Tech 9 on the way.
Yo, where's the Shouts to her.
Yo, man. I love y'all.
So, yeah, I was watching the match. I was happy to see Haku out there.
Yeah, Hikuleo that's his son.
Wait, where was Jake?
Jake the Snake? He wasn't there, huh?
Jake wasn't there, and that's why I was mad at seeing Haku there.
Haku was like, he got involved in the match physically.
Yeah.
You would think that Jake would have stepped to him,
yeah.
But, yo, ain't nobody trying to step to
Haku. No, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Jake is going to step to Haku, but you're going to definitely see those two be legendary at the same time, and that didn't happen, and that's what I was looking forward to when I seen Haku come out.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, he brought out Haku.
Right.
Oh, Jake the Snake Roberts and Haku.
Nigga, I brought my dad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was feeling that. I was feeling it until it didn't happen. I'm like, yo, there's so many little holes that were missed on AEW.
Yeah.
That were just like, how did you miss that? They missed out on the last match with
the Nick Gage, Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, man, because you already know, like, White New Jack.
Right.
My dude Nick Gage. That's one of my new favorite wrestlers, man. I'm messing with him tough ever since the Dark Side of the Ring thing.
MJF on the mic was great, by the way.
Yeah, he's great on commentary.
Great on commentary.
Jericho literally, he took everything. What we saw during that match was basically a light version of what he did to Matt Cardona for the GCW Championship.
Yeah, he was very he toned it down.
Yeah. But he still was hitting all his shit. So it's like
he was. He was wrestling really good too.
So it makes me want to ask the question to both you and to our fans out there. Would you guys like to see him on Dynamite?
I would love to see Nick Gage on Dynamite one more time, even if it was just wrestling, no death match.
But is that all he has? Like, is he just going to be this super extreme guy? Like, is that as dimensional as he is, or is he going to be someone like, because what this reminded me of was when Eddie Kingston came to Dynamite. This very much so reminded me of that. It was that one-time shot where he was supposed to be having that match with Cody Rhodes for the TNT Championship. It was when he was doing an open challenge. And Eddie Kingston came out there and he cut that promo as he was walking out to the ring, and he captivated all the audience. And because of that reaction, he was invited back several more times and eventually signed to AEW.
I would love to see Nick Gage wrestle. He can actually wrestle. I don't think he's just one-dimensional. I think he can actually hang.
But he's old, too.
He is old.
But I think you need people like that.
But, I mean, you could turn it on and off, I believe. Oh, you want to go? Type, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like on some Mick Foley, Mankind, Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack, Chainsaw Charlie type shit.
Yeah. Like, oh.
He's kind of like, he's of that descent.
Yeah,
you know?
I could see him doing that. Like, he can either go Terry Funk or be like straight up like nasty Terry Funk. You know
I
what
think
mean?
he has a place in AEW, hopefully.
Easily has a
place. And
place.
if not, he always is going to be the king of GCW and those type of independent
But
shows.
here was my issue with this one part.
Talk to him.
MJF announced the fact that, okay, you got through Nick Gage, right? Well, now you're going to have to get through one more competitor as well. Another one.
And who was that?
Hoovy.
The Juice.
The Juice.
The Juice is
So
loose.
he announces it, right? And everyone's like, oh. Juice doesn't show up. He doesn't come out. Why? Why would you announce him and not bring him out to the crowd the way you brought out Nick Gage?
They did it right the week before when how they announced who it was going to be and you visually saw who it was. I did like the callback that they did. I think because in that situation, clearly they couldn't get Hoovy out there. So they were like, okay, cool. Remember this 2 years ago?
Hey, dog, put him on the screen.
You make a compelling argument.
Put him on the screen. Hey, do you remember this guy?
The Juice.
And then let him talk. Hey, Jericho, I'll see you next week.
Right?
Bro, end of the show. Done. You introduced him. He's on the screen. Done. How do you miss that?
Very true, dude. I don't get it. And it's kind of dope because it is a calling back to the rivalry that they had when he was the Lionheart Chris Jericho.
Maybe I'm tripping.
And this past week we saw him as the Painmaker Jericho. Now, what I was talking about earlier was, who could be one of the next people that we see him challenge? And I was thinking, what if he goes to that era of when he was around the list of Jericho and he fights Big Show or Paul White as he is now in AEW because they were the Jera Show former tag team champions. And I think that'd be a really cool thing to see too.
Oh my God. I just thought of something.
What are we talking about?
The last person he's going to face is the best in the world.
You think so?
Why not? Best in the world, the last person you face to get to MJF.
Wow, okay.
That's how you bring them in.
Yeah. Are they going to do that at the last dance? Or at the first dance?
I don't know.
The first episode on Rampage?
Why not? You know what I mean? You want to bring them in? Bring in the... You know what I mean? Because how do you bring in CM Punk other than just bringing him out? You bring him out with MJF saying, hey, you going to face me? Well, this is your last person that you got to face.
That's an interesting theory, man. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, man. Well, shit, on that note, man, why don't we jump over to Friday Night Smackdown, man, when we've seen John Cena opening the show.
Great. This was dope. John Cena opening the show. Baron Corbin. Yo.
He just wanted, he's trying to get a little bit of something.
Hey, yo, man, you're a millionaire. This is all you got.
Can I be in the Suicide Squad, man? I'll be your body double. And he's like you.
Baron Corbin, bro. I don't know what they're doing with him. I thought he was more of a baby face, but now he's back to heel again. I don't know. He's like a weird bum. I don't know. It's perfect.
It's perfect. He's nailing it, dude. And the fact that he came out there to hate later on for the contract signing.
He did see.
He came out just turfed Finn Balor real quick and tried to sign the contract so he can be the Universal Champion.
And Roman just sat there and was like...
He just let it happen, too. Roman just sat there. Seen Cena's ass run. He heard Cena's music.
Yeah,
let him run out.
Oh, let me... Cena grabbed his hat. He was like, oh, shit, hold up.
Don't mind if I do.
And then Cena with his bad handwriting. Yo. I was like, Cena, you didn't even sign the line, bro.
At all. See?
No.
It was great, man. Very good episode. And hell of a way to not even open up the show, but later on, all the stuff that happened.
Yeah.
We've seen Sasha Banks return, man. She helped Bianca Belair as she was getting stomped out by Carmella and Zelina Vega. Came out, huge babyface reaction.
Yeah. Zelina losing again. I know she don't care because she's getting paid. But we look, man. I love Zelina, bro. How you gonna have Zelina Vega as AJ, right, in a movie? Let her go, bring her back, and make her lose all these matches.
Hey, man, them paychecks is nice.
I mean, it must be.
They must be.
It must be.
I'll take a L on a Friday Night Smackdown.
I just like seeing Zelina win, man, because I believe she's dope.
I think she's winning already in life.
She is winning in life.
She is. But why don't we talk about what happened at the end of the show, the big shocker. Not only does Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, they end up having a match later on together. Sasha has the huge babyface reaction, and she immediately turns on Bianca, setting up their match for the SmackDown Women's Championship at SummerSlam.
What I liked about this was Bianca did not stop doing what she did to her. They did a recap, and she came back after the recap and still kept going after her.
You mean Sasha?
Yes, Sasha, yes. Yeah. She kept coming back after her, and I was dying. I was like, yo, this chick is crazy, and she's awesome at it. I love it. I love everything about it.
Built-in rivalry. This shit could go on for another year, and I'd be happy with it.
Yeah, and they're gonna team up. They're gonna break up. They're gonna get mad at each other. This is Rock. This is Rock. Stone Cold.
I could see that.
This is Rock Stone Cold.
Yeah.
It can get there. Mm-hmm. It really can get there.
Or if not, Rock Triple H.
Yeah. And then, you know what? This is a great way for Becky to insert herself.
She's going to be back I don't know. I think they should put her on Raw, but something's telling me she's going to be on SmackDown.
Bro, Sasha instantly coming back gives the women's division
a boost.
Crazy boost.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Crazy boost. Mm-hmm. So I'm feeling this. This is, we're going to see Becky at SummerSlam. I'm calling it.
I think that'd be dope for her to show up at the end of the show or at the end of the match.
I'm calling it. It's happening. Yeah. I'm calling it.
I think they need a moment like that.
Yep.
But man, I think that's gonna wrap it up. So why don't we get into our wrestlers of the week, brother? If you had to pick 1 to 3 wrestlers this week that really stood out for you, who would they be?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Nick Gage.
White New Jack.
I gotta go with Nick Gage. I'm also gonna go with MJF on the mic.
Okay.
Because I loved it, and I'm gonna go with Sasha Banks because she made a stupid impact ASAP.
I like that. Man, if I gotta pick mine, I'm like literally looking through my list right now. Like, who should I pick? Number one, I think it's only right for me to say Sasha Banks. That was super impactful return. Mm-hmm. I gotta go White New Jack as well. Oh man, Nick Gage, hot off the win or hot off the loss from Matt Cardona, coming on Dynamite and killing it, catching everybody's attention. MDK all day. Number 3 is Reggie.
Reggie. I'm not mad at Reggie.
Yo, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, bro. She ain't Somalia. I was down for it.
Yo, man. And even Kofi went on Twitter. He was like, wait, you mean to tell me Reggie's not French?
Shouts to Kofi.
Yeah, if anybody knows about faking an accent for a minute, man, it's Kofi.
That was funny. That will always be classic.
Match of the week for you, brother. Who do you have this week?
Match of the week. My runner-up is the Sasha Banks Carmella thing, but my match of the week is Nick Gage versus Chris Jericho.
I can't argue with that. I have the same thing.
Bro, it was must-see TV.
Yeah.
Must-see TV.
Yeah.
I can't get mad at that.
Best show of the week.
I'm gonna go with SmackDown.
Wow. Okay. SmackDown. What's the reasoning for that?
There was 2 reasons. One, I love John Cena, Baron Corbin, Roman Reigns, the whole mix-up with that. I thought that was really good. But the instant impact of Sasha Banks is like undeniable. I feel like that. Those 2 things alone carried everything else for me. I don't want to see Carmella versus Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
But I do want to see a tag team and seeing Sasha Banks with, you know what I mean? And then the backstabbing at the end, the heel turn, like, yeah, that set up everything for me, and it made the women's division that much more interesting ASAP.
I'm feeling that. My show of the week has to go to AEW Dynamite.
And I can't be mad at that either.
It was just from top to bottom super entertaining. It was something I could easily go back and watch again right now and still like be feeling it. So
Darby Allin calling out CM Punk, bro.
Yeah.
Can't even be mad about that.
Everything's been really good. Andrade over there, making travel complications for the Lucha Bros, so they couldn't show up, and Pac was there all stuck by himself. I love everything they're doing, the storyline development, and yeah, man.
The IWGP US
title, like that shit was lit.
That was tight.
Lance Archer's developing more. He's gonna have that match with Hiroshi Tanahashi in Japan,
which Jon Moxley is paying very close attention to.
Yeah, so. Yeah, man, shit's turned up right now.
I'm not mad at that.
All right, well, hell, man, I think we should put a bow on the show. Do you guys due diligence? You know what you got to do. Make sure you guys follow me at JustFresh916. You can find my podcast partner, Monty Bush, at
Monty Bush 916. Oh, I forgot to mention. Kurt Angle says he was given an offer by AEW.
And Impact as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So Impact offered him something, I believe it was like a 1 or 2 match deal, but they wanted him to be physical, and then AEW offered him, I believe, like a few match series, but he declined both, basically stating that he doesn't physically feel like he can go at the level that people expect him, so he doesn't want to do it.
I'm really trying to not forget anything this week, man.
Your boy's a wrestling encyclopedia. I be knowing all this shit. So as soon as you brought that up, I was like, I got you,
You
brother.
got it, yeah, exactly.
I got you, brother. Again, you can follow us both at the Jabroni Bros Pod. If you guys like this t-shirt that I'm rocking, hit us up in the DMs. We will have an actual merch store up soon. That way you can just order and get it completely fulfilled. But if you're in the area and you just want a shirt, just hit me up and
subscribe.
You heard what the man said.
Please subscribe to us, man. We need more of that.
Yeah, this shit ain't easy. We got to do this every week. And a lot of times we don't feel like recording, but we do this for y'all. So I hope y'all enjoy this as much as we do.
Mondo, you look like a pug.
We'll be seeing that pug. We'll be seeing that pug at SummerSlam.
Where my
sitting
dog's
right
at?
next to us. Where my dog's at?
Fuck Hulk Hogan.
As always, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Episode 24. We are out. Peace.
Woo!